Today we're going to talk about failure, and in particular failure within trading, but it's not quite what you may be thinking right now, and it really does a great job of demonstrating why trading as a whole can be so difficult. The idea for this video actually came from another video on my channel where somebody left a comment, and I read the comment and I thought, okay, I understand what they're saying, I get why they're saying it, but it's a little bit off. Their mindset, their perspective is a little bit off, but hopefully in explaining why that's the case, I can summarize how trading is so tricky. And it all revolves around that word failure. And really failure is not quite as cut and dry as what a lot of people think it is. And then that can carry people off down many different rabbit holes that you don't want to get yourself, heading down. But let's first just get to this comment. So Jake says, failures need to be used as lessons in trading. Every time you lose, go back and look at the trade. Try to remember your emotions and why you took the trade in the first place and learn something from it to become a better trader. At this point, you may be thinking, I don't get it. I fully agree. When you fail and lose money on a trade, you should reflect back on it. What were you feeling? Why did you do what you did? Maybe what did you see on the chart, or what did you see in whatever your strategy is. But reflect back on it and figure out what exactly happened so that you can correct and learn from it. But that's not how things actually work in the market. In the market, and if you've watched my videos, you've heard me say time and time again, there's no such thing as a guarantee. Along that same line of logic, there's no such thing as a perfect setup. A perfect setup would be something that it's perfect, so it's going to work every time. That just doesn't happen. Sometimes it is what it is, and losses just happen. You could have a perfect setup, everything could be perfect, and it just may not work out. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong at all. It didn't work out. If there was such thing as a perfect trade where you could do everything exactly right, then that means something would be replicable 100% of the time, meaning works every time. Nothing works every time in the market. So sometimes it happens. And this is totally acceptable. So you have a losing trade, and there's two things that need to be looked at from it. It happens, meaning, it is what it is. Just, you got to move on. But to this person's point, and which is the case many, many times, especially with newer traders, yeah, there was something that you did wrong. Whether that was due to emotions, maybe you misread the chart, maybe you misread some sort of filing, or there's a lot of things that could have gone wrong. And in many cases, that is what happened. So that's where the blue line is representing the cause. So what was the cause of the losing trade? Sometimes the cause is, hey, no such thing as a perfect setup. There are no guarantees. It happens. Losses happen. There's nothing to learn other than the fact that, yeah, it happens, move on. But in some cases, and is probably, in many cases, yeah, there is something wrong. Now, this is where trading gets really, really tricky, because right now, I'm just sitting here self-admittedly throwing out broad statements at you, general slogans. Well, yeah, it happens, and sometimes you could be wrong. So if you're a logical person, which I'm assuming you are, you're thinking, okay, Clay, I got it. There's two outcomes. It happens, meaning, hey, there's no such thing as a guarantee, or yeah, there was actually something wrong. But how do you actually figure out the differences? How do you know what path? How do you know what the cause of the losing trade was? Well, this is why learning is so important. And my guess is, and through my experience, 'cause I do sell courses and all that, but through my experience, most people, if you can relate to kind of just feeling like your tires are spinning in the mud and you're not really getting anywhere, you're not getting any traction, it's kind of just back and forth, back and forth. I'm not saying, you're losing a ton of money or anything like that, but you can't quite seem to get any traction. In many cases, what's holding you up is this aspect. You're never sure. I don't know, did I do something wrong? Or was that it is what it is? And that leads to changing strategies all the time. You try that, and you keep mixing and matching, you keep trying things over and over again. You don't give anything a true proper attempt to do it, because you really don't know in your heart of hearts Was it it just happens, or am I doing something wrong? And there's no way you're ever going to really truly be able to make that distinction. There we go. See, that's why you have to have a camera guy. He's like serves as a dictionary. There's no way to make that distinction if you have no idea what's going on. Or I should take that back. Maybe you have a great idea of what's going on, but sometimes it's just that last little bit, that final little puzzle piece that's going to help you, become the well-rounded trader and start to progress as a trader. So keep that in mind. Maybe you're not doing anything wrong. That is a consideration. Just because there is a losing trade does not equate it with a failure, because failure implies that you're doing something wrong. And in many cases, maybe it is a failure. But sometimes it is what it is. Stick to the strategy. Just keep at it and keep, rolling with the punches, because punches are always going to happen. That's why having a strategy is so important. But you don't really know if it's a viable strategy if you don't know how to answer the question, why was it a losing trade? Did I do something wrong within the strategy, or is that just part of the strategy as a whole? And like I said, learning is, focusing on education is the key thing that's going to help to bridge those gaps. Clearly, obviously, I would love to be the one that helps you learn, but if you choose, no, Clay, I'm not going to give you a single penny. That's fine too. If I can at least help you realize, maybe what may be causing your wheels to spin in the mud, then I'll consider this video a success. And hopefully you can kind of connect those dots and start to help you distinguish, is it you, or is it just the nature of the market where it is what it is? So any questions, leave those down below, but hopefully this helps you out. If you are interested in trading alongside me and other traders, then I do offer a private trading community known as the Inner Circle. So the two images that you see on the screen, the one image, if you click on it, it will take you to the Inner Circle page and give you all the details about it. The other is going to be a behind the scenes tour that I personally give, so you can see exactly what you are going to get with the subscription. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then go ahead, check it out, and by all means, let me know if you have any questions.